Hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream on Faraday Academy. Before I start, I just want to go over a few notes here. So first of all, my schedule for live streaming, I've been doing it every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Delta Time. I'm going to move that back an hour earlier next week just because I have a standing appointment at 8 p.m. now, so I don't want to feel like I'm in a rush after the stream. I'd rather have, at least an hour and a half or 2 hours free so I can take as long as I want in the stream. So I'm going to be streaming 6 p.m. Eastern Delta Time next Friday. I posted this in the comments feed on my YouTube already, and I'm going to put it on the rest of my social media later. I kind of miss streaming when I take, 5 days off. So I'm also going to be streaming an extra time this week, Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. And yes, my Python streams will still be Sunday at 4 p.m. Oh, there's one other thing. So I haven't announced it yet, but I am starting a Discord. So I started the Reddit because I wanted to interact with people more, but then I realized that I really don't know how to use Reddit, and I don't use Reddit every day, so I'm not sure what to do. Eastern Delta. No, I believe that, so we're in Eastern Standard Time, but it's called Eastern Delta Time, the East Coast of the United States, either before or after daylight savings, sometime around there. Anyways, it's Eastern US time, abbreviated as EDT. So yeah, and those are my live stream. Oh yeah, so I'll be posting on Sunday, inviting everyone to a new Discord channel that I've started. And then I have another special announcement coming Sunday about that. So let's get into the screencast. I'm going to be working on the same curriculum app. You can find it, it's linked below. You can find it on my GitHub gwenf/curriculum app. And I have this dev tasks board I've been working off of, and I've been working on a lot of CRUD functionality for a long time, so I decided to change it up, and I'm going to be working on the login and register screen before I fix some of the bugs with some of these other things. So yeah, I already have the routes for these in Vue Router. I need to make the forms using Vuetify inputs and forms, and then I'll need to hook it up on the back end, so figure out Auth. I decided I'm not going to... Oh, Eastern Daylight Time. That makes sense. I've been calling it Delta Time this whole time. Thanks. Yeah, and so on the back end, I'm not going to use a third party like Cognito or another auth service. I'm just going to do it in JavaScript using Passport or something like that. So yeah, let me get into the login screens. This is what I have right now. It's basically, yeah, a blank component without form elements. And then the sign up page is the same thing. So I'm going to start with the login page because it's a little bit easier. By the way, I already have my Vue running and my Express running with the database. So let's find the login. So I'm in curriculum, source, in views. So I have these auth views in this folder, and I have login. So I'm using this template with slots that I made basically, so that since login and register look the same, except they have, a different title, a few different form elements, but the overall template outline is the same. All right, so here is what I need to update. I need to put form elements in here, just 2 form elements. Let me actually see. So in the template, I could have a form, or I guess I'll just do 2 inputs instead of wrapping it in a form, unless someone thinks that's a bad idea. All right. Let's take v input. Oh, right. It's not v input. This is a standard component that you can or in Vuetify, this is a modifiable base component. So what I really want to use is text field. I think it's text field. Yeah. Okay, and then I think I'm just using the basic in the rest of the app. Let's see. In this form, yeah, I'm mostly using just the basic underline. It's basically, so the curriculum app is basically a place where you can create your curricula, like anything that you're learning, you can create whatever curriculum you're going through, sections, and then resources, a list of resources and project in each section, and then check things off as you go. And then eventually you'll be able to share curriculum or your curricula, keep track of your progress and stuff like that. So it's really for learning anything, but specifically I'm thinking that people will use it for learning code because a lot of the resources are online. But you can put books in here as a resource too if you want. Okay, so let me get 2 text fields. Just grab 2. Yeah, so placeholder. Should I have a placeholder? Not and a label. So let me do this. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is all entered as I went along. 25% of the way through. All right, so in login, I'm gonna put this and just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so that looks a little weird because this is really small. So let me fix this header. Test. Okay, so if I'm passing in this title, I think in the template I should have, here I should really have, what, like an H3 or something? And then in Vuetify I can use one of their text classes maybe to standardize it. Okay, well that looks better. Also, this needs to be thinner. Yeah, sorry. 1 second. It's better. Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, I set it at ultra low latency, but I don't know. Of course, the slot name is title too. That might have been the same thing I just had. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, it's not a big deal. So in login, now I need to duplicate this text field, and I'll have, yeah, I'll just have an email login and password. Okay, so email, password, and let me just capitalize that. Email, password, okay. So that's okay, but I don't like how it stretches all the way across the page. So let's see. So let me make a medium breakpoint here and say medium equals, let's say 4, and then offset. Let me zoom in. That's a little bit better. So offset medium equals, what, 4? Yeah. So Vuetify's in 12. Okay, that's much better for this screen size. Okay, so I have this, and now I want some kind of a link at the bottom. Backend to access. So I'm using Mongo, and Mongoose is kind of the ORM. is it called, I guess it's not called an ORM, but it's used to connect to Mongo with, and then I'm using Express. So you can see if you go to Gwen F Curriculum app, you can see the setup and the Express app and everything that I'm running. Okay, so I want a link at the bottom here to go to the sign up page, which is, what's the route for that? Sign up / register. Okay, so let me put it, wow, this sidebar is really big. Okay, so I want to put it, actually I just have actions there. So where should I put this? Should I have another place? I feel like it should go below the button, or does it go above the button? No, because errors, like field errors, will go below each field. So I think this route should go below the button. Hi. Hi, Pracker. How are you? Let's see how it looks here. So I'll put, is it router link to register? Let me use this. So I'll say, what is it? Name, or name is register. Is that how I do it? I think so. So, okay, I'll close the router link. And then actually I want this all in one line. So I'll do register here and then close the router link. But before this, so I'm gonna have to put a tag around this because I want to say something like already, oh, don't have an account. Something like that. Don't have an account. Why the light theme? I like solarized light. I think it's nice, it's easy on the eyes, and sometimes if I'm looking at dark themes all day, I just want to take a nap. So I do use dark themes sometimes, but solarized light's really nice. I just keep going back to this one. Okay, don't have an account, and then register here. Okay. How does that look? That looks terrible. Let's see. When I take a nap all day, I want to use the dark theme. Okay. Yeah, this looks terrible. Should I? Maybe I'll have a link slot. Why not? I have slots for everything else. Let's see. Slot link. So this is not in anything to do with the V card, so I think I'm gonna have to do custom spacing here because it's not gonna set my margin or padding or whatever it sets. But let's see how it looks. So here I'm gonna do, oops, undo. All right, let me put a template, template here, and this will be, go to the slot of link, and then there. So, okay, well that's better anyway. You think I should have the submit button on the right? I could have it block, right? Like all the way across. Infinite slots. Yeah, I have 4 slots now. I mean, should this be in actions? I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go. Okay. So what if I did this button as a block button? Let's see. see which prop that is. Buttons, let me search for block. Oops, block. So I guess it's just, is it just called block? Yeah, it's just called block. Okay, so I can set a block prop. Where is it on the button? So block. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. This still doesn't look good at all. What if I put this back in the other template? Oops. Control C, and then what was it? Oh yeah. Okay, so let's see how this, that looks terrible too. Let me put it in its own paragraph then. What about that? That's probably the best way to handle it, right? Block is too loud for desktop. That's the first time I've heard it called loud. So I could do it back to the right. I do need to fix this text though. I'm not sure why. Oh, right. Because so Vuetify wants to put everything in line here. That's what the actions bar is for. So that's why it's putting them next to each other. So I am gonna put that back here. Okay. You think block doesn't work there? Let's try not block. Also, this needs I need let's see, button small, color. I need color in the button. Let's say color primary is good enough. Oh, more importance. Okay, that's cool. I'll change it. I'll just add some color then. Let's see. Cool. And that's my primary color, is that orange. Okay, so don't have an account register here. I'm going to give some padding to that. Let me see how much padding it's already putting. So here on this card actions, layout. So it's putting 8 pixels of padding. So I'm going to add the same amount of padding to this. So template link. Okay, I'm going to do class equals, what is it? P. So padding, I'll do padding all of 8 pixels. So padding all of 2, which will be 8 pixels in Vuetify. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? It's not bad anyway. And then register. Sweet. Now it goes to register. Change the display to inline block. I think it's good like it is, unless you think something needs to be updated. Register. Okay. So yeah, I need to put the form elements in the register. Let me go into the register component, and I'll just copy these 2 form items and put them in here. There we go. I have email, password. Should people register with anything else? They'll probably have a username because, yeah, I'll need to do, especially if they want to have other people view their curriculum or curricula, they'll need a username. So let me make that a required field too. So let's say what is it? V text field label is username, or username. Oh yeah, let me close that. All right. So that's good for register, and I have the button. I'm going to put the same color and style on the button. Let's see. Okay, so I have this info. I think that's enough info for register. They can add other stuff later. And then what else do I want after that? Oh yeah, I need the bottom part, this part. So let me copy that and paste. Except here I'm going to say already have an account, and then go to the login page here. Yeah, so login here. Sweet, so already have an account, login here. Goes to login, goes to register. Awesome. So now I need to vmodel these items. And I think each page, so I'm not going to take care of this in the template. This is just for markup. I'm going to handle the submission, form submission from each component individually. So let's do register first. And first I need data. I need to map this. So let's see. Data, and then return. Let's see. Okay, so I'll do an object. So I'll do form, and then okay. Have a good night. Phone number might be optional later, or might be used for securing account. I'm not sure if I want to collect their phone number up front because I don't really need it. I definitely need their email though to reset the password and stuff. Should I wrap this in a form? I think I'll just do it outside because that's really the only data I have in this whole component. So I'll do username and email, both strings, and then password, also a string. All right. And then I need methods, and then what method do I need? Let's see. I'll call it, I'll just call it register, I guess. Okay, so I have the method register, and let me vmodel these fields now. So vmodel equals username, and is that right? Oh yeah, because this is JavaScript, not a string. Okay, I think that's why it's highlighting a different color anyway. All right, so vmodel equals email, and then vmodel equals password. Oops, password. Okay, so I have those modeled already. And then, yeah, let me just make sure that it's working. I'll go into the Vue DevTools, which unfortunately I can't zoom in on the DevTools for you in Firefox, apparently. So I'm in my register component. Okay, so it's modeling correctly to my Vue variables. That's good. Now let me just real quick do the same thing. I'm going to copy this actually and do the same thing in login. fields, but here I'm gonna do login and then email, password, get rid of username. Okay. So that's good. Oh, right. And then I need to, v model that, which is email. And then let's see, v model this, which is password. Okay. And let me double check and make sure these are modeling correctly in my Vue Dev Tools again. So let me go into the component. Okay, in the login component, and yes, they are modeling. Awesome. So now I need to do a couple things. I need to create my Vue actions to make calls to the backend to authenticate and register. And I don't have any of that set up in the backend, I don't think. So let me just check real quick. So in my server API, yeah, I just have this special helper API and then my regular curricula API with all those endpoints. So I don't have any endpoints for authentication right now. So yeah, I have like 30 something minutes left. Let me go ahead and look into authentication. Last time I did authentication directly in Express, I used Passport.js. I'm going to go forward with that unless you have another suggestion. If you have another suggestion, then let me know in the chat. Authentication software. Oh, it's an insecure page. I guess that's fine right now. Passport.js. Okay, documentation. Zoom in. Okay, Passport. It's authentication middleware for Node. Authenticate requests. Yes. Okay. App.post login. Passport.authenticate. Okay. So, oh wait, I think if I go in here, so configure, three pieces need to be configured to use Passport for authentication. Okay. Authentication strategies, application middleware. We're not going to use sessions right now. Or ever. We're just using, yeah. Okay. Username and password. The most widely used way for a website to authenticate users is via username and password. Support for this mechanism is provided by the password local module. All right. Let's see. You require passport local. Username, password done. And then, okay, so in the database, you find someone with that username, and then you try to authenticate them. Username, password. Okay, we'll just swap it out for an email. That's easy enough. Success redirect. Okay. I think, yeah, the redirect will be handled on the front end right now. Hey, Abriso, how are you? I'm just trying to figure out authentication in Express, basically, because I need to make the endpoints for login and register. Let me go ahead and do that. So in my API, let me make an auth file. So auth user.js. And then, right, so I don't even have, I don't have a user schema yet because I was thinking maybe I'm going to use a third-party service, but I don't think this app calls for that. So let me first make new file. I'm going to call this user.js, and I'll make a schema for the user. I'll copy this first. Mongoose.model timestamp. Okay, so I get created at, updated at. Let me delete all this. Oops. All right, so let's say I have a name. Or no, this will be a username. So username, and then I have an email. I guess I will be storing like a salted and hashed password here or something. So, because I'm not putting it in Redis or anything else. I think this is good. Username, email, password. It gives me the ID, the created at, updated at, timestamps. Should I have some optional fields? I could do maybe like first name, last name fields or something as optional fields. I'm sure I'll add more as I go along. All right, so type and required. So let me set those. So for username, type will be string. Oh, it has to be mongoose dot. Oh no, it's just using the JavaScript. Okay, so I type as string and then required is true. And then that's going to be the same for all of those. Okay, and then okay, and then first name. I guess I can really add this later. I don't need to do more than I need to right now. All right, so I have username, email, password. And now I need to import this model into my Auth. And if you have any suggestions for me as I'm going along, feel free to shout it out in the chat. Okay, I need to copy these, and actually I'll copy this one too. So, oh, and I need the router in here too. So everything. All right, so I need Express, I need Mongoose. I'm setting this to debug as true so I get verbose, or it sets the messages as verbose so I can see more details since I'm developing right now. Okay, so require DB, take curriculum. So instead of curriculum, I want to get the user model, but I'm not importing it into index yet. So let me, oops, what am I doing? So let me copy this line. Never worked with Express before. I'm finally starting a project that has a backend and we're using Flask. Cool. I really like Flask. I worked in Flask for a while, and now this year actually I'm doing mostly Django. But Flask is so nice to just set up a lightweight API. What am I? Oh yeah, user. Getting the user model. All right. So user, and then export user. Okay, so now I can import user. And what is this? Okay, that's just set up. So get out of there. Now I'm importing the user from the database. I'm doing the router here. And oh yeah, so router.route. So let's say, yeah, router.route. And let's say the first route is login, and then the second route is register. And then I guess I'll also have a logout route here. So, okay. And then I'll have to export default router. And now I have to go into my index here and set up the routes. So let's see, require curricula, require count, and then I'll require auth, require that auth routing file that I had, and I'm going to set this as /auth. Oops. So it's going to be, let's see, /API/v1/auth, and then /login or /register or /logout. Let me see. Okay, so I have a leading slash on all of my routes here. So I'm going to need a leading slash on these. I think I need that anyway. Okay. And then I need to set post. Okay, so .post. And then this basically has a function. And then do the same thing for here. Okay. So let me set up register first. And yeah, I set these as async functions. So, because I'm gonna be doing DB calls. So let me set this as async. And this one too. Okay, what do I need to do? So when someone registers, let's see, the first thing I need to do is I have their username, password, all that stuff on request.body already. First thing I need to do is take the password, what is it, salt, and hash it. And then, well, I guess I check for check info is valid first and throw an error if not. Okay, and then take the password salt and hash it, and then save the user in DB. Okay, and then for login, I salt and hash password and compare with DB, and then if valid, first I find the user in DB by email. So I search for the user by email, find that. If there's a user, salt and hash the password, compare it. If the password is valid, then I authenticate user with a JWT token. Okay, so those are the steps for login and register. Okay, so this has been a long time since I did this in straight JavaScript. JWT. Yeah, the project I'm working on is just for internal internet, so something lightweight should suffice. Yeah, Flask is really well designed. It's nice to use. They have a wrapper around it called Eve, which is also well designed. It's so you can use it with Mongo pretty easily. And I kind of like that too. Okay. So profiles, APIs. Basic configuration. So I wonder if I need Passport right now. Let's see. Let me just search for salt and hash password in JavaScript. Okay, password hashing. Okay. Protocol to salt and hash with. This is from 2011. Yeah, let me look at GitHub. Oh, this is a gist. Yeah. Let me look in the last year. Okay, so this is how to do it properly. bcrypt, that's right, that's what I used to use. Let me try bcrypt. Let me look on npm. Is it npmjs.com? Yeah, search for bcrypt. A library to help you hash passwords. Let me see if they salt. Oh, sweet. So you can do everything in here. This is perfect. Okay, so let me start by installing bcrypt. So I will stop the back end because that starts up a lot faster. Curriculum model. Oh, right. 1 second. Let me fix the bug I created. I'm calling this curriculum schema, this user one. So let me call it user schema. And then, oops. So user. This is user. And then, okay, user. And then one more. So this will be called user schema. And then I'm registering it with Mongo. Okay. So that's better. So unexpected token export. Oh, right, because I'm using common.js, so it's module.exports. I'm doing module.exports here, but in Auth, I need to do module.exports equals router. Okay, so that's better. Yeah, I'm doing requires, that's good. Okay, so now it's working, but I will stop the server and I'm going to install bcrypt. Okay, well, that's waiting. Do hashes. Appropriate dependencies involved. Okay, so require bcrypt, set the number of salt rounds, and then hash and salt. I can call bcrypt. Okay, so first bcrypt generate salt, and then the callback, which I guess I can use promises here. Autogen a salt and hash. Separate function. Okay, so I can do it all in one function call. Great. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to copy these two. And now I will start my backend again. Good. Listening on port 5000. And now for register. So I'm going to come back to this. I'll put a to-do here. I won't check anything. Take password, salt, and hash it. So Oh, right. So I'm going to put this at the beginning of the file. Mongoose. I'm going to have to put it here. And then there. Okay. Hi, Prince. How are you? Const bcrypt equals require bcrypt, salt rounds 10. I guess that's fine for now. Okay, so now in register, take password, salt, and hash. So I'll need to call that bcrypt function, which is bcrypt, this one, bcrypt.hash. And so I'm passing in salt rounds. Here I'm going to pass in the password from the user, and I need to pull that off of request.body, right? So, it's okay, so it's not request.params, so it will be request.body because it's not in the URL. So first let me do const username, email, and password, and then equals request.body, and then here I need the request and response. Okay, so I have those, and now bcrypt.hash is gonna hash the password, store hash in your password DB. Okay, well I'm just putting it on the user. Dot compare. Okay, and then this is for login, the compare one. Oh, that's good. This is great. Get rid of the passport one. Okay. So I'm hashing it, and then I get the hash back in the callback. I wonder, can I use promises here? Oh, it says with promises. Okay, so I can chain it, or yeah, do async await or whatever. Async. So let me do that then. Let me do, what can I do? Const hash equals async, bcrypt expected period. Oh, what am I doing? Await. I need await there. That's what I need. This, it's inside of an async function, but I need to await that. So let me just return the hashed password for right now. Let me do, yeah, res.send. See what that is. Res.send. Oh. Hash. Okay, so this is /register, and I'm just going to open this up in my REST. What is this called? REST client. Yeah. So HTTP /localhost. I'm running the backend on port 5000, and then I have API /v1 /auth /register. It's going to be a post request, and in the body I need to set at least the password anyway. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and do username is Gwen, and email is gwen@example.com. Okay, so I have that. I have password, username, and email. Yeah, let me send a post request. Something is not right. Should not take that long. Let's see what this error is. Data and salt arguments required. bcrypt.hash. So I do have the salt and I do have the password. So also compatible with async await. Check username, password. Okay, so that's the function result. Plain text password hash. Yeah, I'm passing in the salt. Let's see if it's the same thing. So I have password here. And I have salt rounds. Oh, password might be undefined. Yeah, salt rounds is 10. So I have that. Let me do, before I hit that, let me do, oops, escape. What is it? res.send. And I'll send the password back. Okay, post. Nothing. Oh, I think I need to set a header here. It's not setting it for me. Content type until I'm sending in JSON. Let me do that. Application JSON. Okay, now let me try. Okay, sweet. Now it's working. So let me get rid of that. I always forget to set the content header here. Sweet. And now I get the salted and hashed password. Awesome. Okay, so res.send hash and okay, so now that I have the hash, I need to save the user. So I'm going to copy the syntax that I have. From curricula. So what do I have in post here? Yeah, so let me copy this and actually this whole thing. All right, into auth. And now, so let me get rid of that. Okay. And here, so, oh yeah, I'm saving a new user. So user and then const, oops, what is it? Control R. Lowercase user equals creating a new user object from Mongoose. And then I'm going to do username, email, because I'm pulling these off of request.body. But for the password, I'm not going to save the plain text password. I'm going to save the hashed password. All right. So now I have this user saving. Get rid of that. Okay, await, let's say user.save. So it's saving in the Mongoose database. And I don't want to overwrite response here, so I'm saying, I don't even know why I put curr res. Oh, is that curriculum response, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. I'll put user response. I guess that'll work. User response. Okay. All right, so I'll send back this 201, which means the what do you call it? The document was created successfully. and then I'll send back the oh, no, I don't want to send back the document because that will have the plain text password in it. So I want to send back I guess the username and email in an object. That's fine. REST client, I think it's the best one for Firefox that I've seen anyway. A lot of people use Postman. I guess it's its own separate app now, so you can use it as a desktop client and you don't have to use it with just Chrome anymore. So that one's a good one to use too. But I've used REST client for a while. It works pretty well. Okay, so sending back the username and email. Let me check this out. Sweet. I get this object back with the username and email. All right, and now let's see, register. So I have that already. Oh, right. So do I need a GET request? Like, I guess I would have to create a separate API if I was going to make a GET request. So it would be something like like if I wanted to get a single user by a username or something, I'd probably need an API. I don't want the Auth API because I don't want to authenticate. So let me just create an empty file and then I'll, let's say users. No, it's lowercase because it's the API. So users.js. And then here I'm going to just make to do and say make slash users slash username or email API endpoints. Yeah, I think that will be useful in the future. Okay, so for authentication, register is working, and now, yeah, I don't have a GET request, but let me try to set up login. So I need, first of all, I need to pull off of request.body, find user and DB by email. Okay, so I'll pull that off of request.body. I will search for the user in the database. So I'm gonna have to, let me see if I can copy a function I already have. Yeah, I'll need .find, but I'm going to have to pass it the email to find. So I'm not finding by the ID, by the Mongo ID. Let's see. I guess I'll just have to look it up. Yeah, these are all going to be found by ID. Okay, so I can't just copy that. So I'll have to, well, let me copy the first part. So okay, so here it will be user, the user model, and then find, I think I will just do find, and then I'm gonna have to pass in an email here. So let me do Mongo find collection.find. Okay. Dot find quantity, anything with quantity greater than 4. Hi, nobodies. Yeah, the stream is about to end. I have to end in literally a minute. But if you didn't catch the beginning, I'm streaming 2 JavaScript streams next week. One Wednesday, 10 a.m. and one Friday, 1 hour earlier at 6 p.m. Okay, so I can pass it I think I can just say like email, pass it an object with what I want to find. That's a really nice API. All right. Yeah. pass it the email. And then let me do res.send and then email. Let's see if that works. Oh, I need the, was it request and response here? Okay. Let me just see real quick if that works. Let's say login. Yeah, whatever. I'll send an extra field. Yay, that works. So I got the email. Oh, man, that didn't work. I'm just being dumb. I'm just pulling in the same thing that I was sending in. Let me see what the doc found. Oh, it's frozen. Okay, so doc. Oops. All right, let me try one more time. Sweet, I found the user. Awesome. So I have register fully done except some error handling. And I have login. This will only take a few more minutes to finish. I have the front end. I made these forms on the front end. So all I have to do, so Wednesday morning, I'm going to pick back up, set up Vuex with the API calls, and then I'll finish this login endpoint on the back end, and I'll make any more user endpoints that I need. Yeah, and I'll finish getting people authenticated. I need the JWT tokens and stuff too. So I'll handle that next time. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and push the code. Get status. Just gonna blanket add everything. Oh wait, CD. Get status again. Oh, I'll get add those. Git commit stream from, is it May 1st today? You didn't miss too much. So the first part I was just doing the front end, like building forms, and then for the first half an hour, the second half an hour I hooked up the register. It's pretty intuitive. I'm pushing the code right now. I'm trying to figure out, oh, it is May 1st today. Wow. Stream from May 1st. Okay. And then I'm pushing it. And sweet. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for coming to my stream. Oh, that's really dark now because I don't have the light. Thanks for coming today and for helping me out in the chat. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, either raise an issue on my GitHub or leave it in the comments below. And I will be back on Sunday at 4 p.m. for a Python stream, and then Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. for another JavaScript stream. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.